Hi, so in this video, we want to briefly show how to create a new lesson on Pickcode Classroom. First, we'll make sure that we are in our Lessons tab. So if you don't see Lessons Classes Sandbox, that means that you're not currently in a teacher account, and you can talk to us about how to upgrade your free account to a teacher account. We offer free trials, and then you can purchase a license from us directly. You can email us at info@pickcode.io if that's something you're interested in. Anyways, from here, we are on our Lessons tab and we can create a new lesson. So when we create a new lesson, we are setting up instructions for the students as well as starter code. We can select what programming language we'd like to use for our lesson. So here I'll select Python, and then we can select a project type. So for Python, we have access to console and graphics. Console is for kind of print and input, and then graphics would be if you wanted to do turtle graphics or Pygame or something like that. So we can create a new lesson, but I've actually already got one set up here. I have this example lesson for YouTube, and I can edit this lesson and I'll kind of show what's going on here. So I'm currently editing the starter code, but I can show you kind of all the files that your lesson starts with. And we can open the file sidebar in the editor to see everything that you get. And what we have here is our instructions.markdown file. Now, Markdown is a popular file format. If you're curious about kind of different features, you can access the help menu up here, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff about creating lessons, and we link out to this markdownguide.org, which has a bunch of resources for you about how to get started. But the basics aren't too bad, and I'll kind of show you a few features. You can do headings with a hashtag. You can highlight individual pieces of code with a single backtick. You can highlight a block of code with triple backticks, and you can make bulleted lists. So that's our markdown kind of code, and then we can see how it shows up over on the right-hand side of the screen, and we get our little inline code here, and then we get our code block, and we get our bulleted list. So all that stuff kind of shows up. So this lesson that I've set up, I have instructions about writing print statements in Python, which isn't too bad. And then we have our starter code that we've set up for our students. And it says, this is an example, add your 10 statements below. And going through kind of how the file structure works again, in the file sidebar, we can see that we have instructions.md at the top. And then we have this starter code folder. And it's very important that you put any file that you want the students to start with, you put that inside of this starter code folder. So we have our main.py in there. So from here, we can go and we can see how this is going to look for students by opening up the student view. And when we open up the student view, it says you are viewing example lesson for YouTube. That was the lesson title that we created as a student. So we can see that the students get access to the instructions, and then they get access to the starter code. And when we open up the file sidebar for the students, the only thing that they see is what was inside the starter code that you set up. They don't see instructions.md or any of that kind of stuff. So they just see kind of the file that they need to edit for their assignment. And we can run the code, test it out, make sure that our starter code works out well. And in fact, it does say hello world. And when the students add their print statements below, that's how that'll work. And that's about it for the basics of getting started with lessons. And this will work the same regardless of the programming language you're in. So if you have HTML or Java, we're Python here, but they all work the same where you have your starter code as well as your instructions.markdown file. And that's how you create your lessons. So if you have any issues at all, feel free to reach out to support@pickcode.io. And if you do want access to the teacher features and you haven't yet done that, you can go to pickcode.io, set up a demo with us, or email us at info@pickcode.io. I hope this helped, and thanks for watching.